Well, when I was something like 10 years old, I really liked to hang out with my friends in the park near my home. Firstly, I had great fun there. I still remember we used to fish and crab in the artificial lake, and the chirping from the birds in the woods would always make us feel refreshed. Additionally, I was really impressed by the weekly performance there. Every Friday, a bunch of skater boys would burst into this place and practice their skills by jumping up and down, and I was so amazed by their stunning techniques. In fact, even now, I still cannot erase the fantastic moments from my mind. Frankly, when I was a little boy, I was extremely excited about going to amusement parks with my parents. Firstly, there were plenty of amusing things in the amusement park. Those fantastic entertainment facilities would always cheer me up, like the long roller coaster, merry-go-round, and the Ferris wheel, especially the Corsair. Plus, I was really fond of the tasty snacks in the amusement park. I can still remember that my mommy bought ice cream popsicles and animal-shaped marshmallows to comfort me when I cried for one more ride. I believe that studying math or science is more important than studying art or literature. Studying math and science trains our logical thinking, something which we can hardly obtain from learning art and literature. Logical thinking helps us to solve problems in a logical way instead of being just perceptual and avoids potential misunderstandings. What's more, math and science is the basis of various subjects like finance, accounting, or architecture. It can help us lay a good foundation if we want to continue further study of these courses in universities. Well, I totally believe that studying art or literature is much better for several reasons. Firstly, learning art can help us broaden our horizons. For instance, if we learn painting or music, we can understand better about great artists and their masterpieces, like Da Vinci with his Mona Lisa and Beethoven with his Moonlight Sonata. Secondly, learning art or literature can help us beautify our life. It is undeniable that study tasks and life's grinds sometimes annoy us with great boredom and pressure, but with art we can distract ourselves with a piece of melody or an elegant dance, which can truly help us let our hair down. The man agrees with the university's plan for two main reasons. First of all, he thinks it's a very good practice for the culinary arts students. For them, cooking in class is a lot easier than cooking for classmates in the dining hall, because while cooking in class, they can take their time. But cooking in the dining hall is quite a different atmosphere, a more stressful one. The second reason from the man is that the culinary arts students would make fantastic meals which are going to be cheaper, and thus the students could save more money not dining out in some of the expensive restaurants. Target marketing is a marketing strategy by which a company advertises the product to a smaller and more specific audience, so it's more likely to attract the customers in need. For example, a cell phone company may show a cell phone commercial emphasizing its variety of colors and entertainment functions during entertainment programs for young people, like pop concerts or the like, since the audience then are usually teenagers and they're very likely to be fascinated and ask their parents to buy the fun phone for them. However, the company may also create a different commercial that shows how convenient and productively helpful the phone is and put it during the business news hour to attract business people. Accordingly, the two examples, the cell phone company can maximize the sales of its cell phone with the help of target marketing. Well, the woman's problem is that she sprained her wrist, but she's supposed to play the violin in her string quartet's big concert next week. Accordingly, she is thinking that maybe she could try playing anyway, or, as the man suggested, she should get someone to replace her. Well, I guess the woman should find some substitute for her quartet instead of playing by herself anyway. For one thing, a sprained wrist is definitely a disaster for any violin player. If she does not take enough rest to recover her wrist completely, she'll probably take some risks which she would feel sorry for days in the future. Second, finding a substitute player will do good to her team. After all, a successful concert depends on healthy players' teamwork. So based on the reasoning given above, I think finding someone to replace the woman would be a better idea. The first one is extrinsic motivation. That is, external reward like money or praise. For example, a child who regularly does housework keeps doing this only because she gets paid by her parents, so the payment is an extrinsic motivation. Once the reward is gone, the child will stop doing it. The second one is intrinsic motivation. That is, people do something because they get a sense of accomplishment or just pleasure, and it lasts longer than extrinsic motivation. For example, the professor keeps going to the gym for 5 years, and she does this not because she actually earns anything from this, like training for a marathon, but she feels good about herself when she does this. So this is an intrinsic motivation, and it helps her persist with her workout for 5 years.